So we finally picked up the new trailer. Let's get started. So we finally picked up a new trailer. However, it was not the trailer that we've been talking about for the last 2 months. The guys we have building that trailer ran into a couple of design flaws. They're working on it. They still haven't given me an updated time. And we had already purchased our 20-foot container for our new upcoming build. We knew that you guys really wanted to see, us build another project. So we went ahead and we purchased that 20-foot container, and then we realized we had no way to move it because we were expecting to have our new trailer that we have being custom built by now. So we went ahead and we picked up a 30-foot flatbed. It is ideal for moving containers, only 20-foot containers from point A to point B, but you can't get them on and off very easily. Now they make other trailers like tilt trailers that you can drag them up. It's kind of a violent process, especially if you have one completely built out. So for this purpose and our build, we're actually gonna leave our 20-foot container on this trailer that we just purchased. Yeah, we just got down here. We're in Containerville, USA. I don't think that's actually what the city is called, but we're about to load that sucker up with our new 20-foot. Powers, moving trailers. So they're gonna place the container approximately just like a foot away from the front of the trailer here. And then it's gonna run about to somewhere in here. So we're gonna have the majority of the load just in front of the, 50% of the load is probably gonna be right about here, which is a little bit forwards from where we wanna be. I think the center of your load should be somewhere right about here, they were saying at the factory. But we're gonna be fine. We've got a super heavy duty truck. We're over rated for what we're towing. We could put 2 containers on this, no problem. But for us, that's gonna leave us, again, probably somewhere in this vicinity, which we'll use this back deck for where people could walk up. We'll put a piece of, decking down so they don't step in the holes on the trailer. If we were going down to a location, like say buying a used containers on somebody's property, we would pretty much be not in a good place using this trailer. It would be almost impossible for us to get the container onto it, unless they had a forklift there that they could come over and drop it onto it. But in our case, we're buying a brand new container. It's coming directly from the Port of Miami. So they have the big machines that will literally come over, crane it, and drop it right onto the trailer exactly where we want it. We have to figure out how we can get it off, and we might not have the equipment that we need. So we bought these jack plates. They're called container boosters, and they lock into the frame on the container and allows you to use a bottle jack. So we'll jack up the back of the container when we're ready to get it off here, and we're gonna slide some steel tubing underneath the container. And then we'll go to the other end and we'll jack that end up, and we'll slide 2 more pieces of piping in the middle, and then another one at the end before we release the pressure off the bottle jacks. So now it's sitting on these pieces of steel tubing. So we've done this with our construction company. We've moved like 10,000 pound, like super heavy things by just literally putting pieces of pipe, and one guy can sit there and push it, down a concrete floor. So in theory, once we have it sitting on that pipe, we should be able to take, a guy or 2 and very carefully start pushing this thing towards the rear of the trailer, and it will be rolling on that pipe. And then we leapfrog the pipe from the rear of the container up to the front as we move across. So ideally you want to have like 6 or 8 pieces of pipe so you don't, get to a balancing point and it drops off the pipe. So you're constantly leapfrogging them up and over and up and over. So then when we get to here, we're gonna have to put something. These ramps fold down. I can pull these pins. These go all the way down and over. We got another trailer back there. So But these will go all the way down. So it's actually not that bad of a slope, but obviously at some point that container is going to get to here and teeter. So then we'll try and use a combination of, you know, something that we put in this area that we maybe like clamp plywood on for the time being. And then as it gets that teeter point, we'll use the bottle jacks to lift up the load. But before I get too far into this, I will already have my winch mounted to the front of the trailer so that, because once it gets to here, this is like chaos. Like, you do not want to risk this container sliding down and hitting or crushing somebody or hurting somebody. So we're constantly going to have a little bit of tension with just a hair of slack on that winch. So when we get to here, if anything happens, that container starts to go, boom, it's catching on my winch. So it can't go down. And then we'll slowly release the tension on the winch, letting it kind of go down. But we hope this has been, I guess, informative for you. And if you're looking to move a container, hopefully you can find, you know, or at least use our ideas to figure out a solution on how it will work for you. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Containing Luxury, out!